High blood pressure is often called the silent killer for a reason. It doesn't hurt, it rarely shows obvious symptoms, and for many older adults, it builds quietly over time until something serious happens, like a heart attack or stroke. But what makes it even more dangerous is how easy it is to overlook the small daily habits that slowly raise it. Every day, simple choices matter more than most people realize. What you eat, how much you move, how you handle stress, these little things add up and they can either help or quietly hurt your blood pressure. The truth is, many people over 60 are doing everything right. They take their medications, they see their doctor, they try to stay active, but hidden inside their daily routines are common mistakes that go unnoticed. These aren't reckless habits. Often they're things that seem harmless, like certain foods, daily stress patterns, or even sleep habits that slowly raise blood pressure or interfere with treatment. Unless someone points them out, they just keep adding pressure to your heart, brain, and blood vessels. That's why this video from Elder Care Wellness is so important. We're not here to overwhelm you with medical jargon or shame anyone for doing their best. We're here to bring clarity, highlighting the most common blood pressure mistakes seniors make and offering simple, realistic changes that can truly make a difference. Because managing high blood pressure isn't just about numbers, it's about staying sharp, sleeping better, and enjoying your life with confidence. And that all starts by knowing what to avoid and what to do instead. So let's take a closer look at the first mistake and start building a smarter, stronger foundation for your heart, one habit at a time. A mistake, or misusing blood pressure medications. When it comes to managing high blood pressure, most people begin with a prescription. And while medication is one of the most powerful tools we have to protect your heart and blood vessels, it only works if it's taken correctly and consistently. Unfortunately, one of the most common and dangerous mistakes older adults make is missing doses, taking medicine at the wrong time, or stopping treatment without medical advice. These may seem like small slip-ups in the moment, but over time they can have serious consequences. Some people simply forget. Others feel fine and think they don't need it anymore. Some worry about side effects, or they don't like the idea of being dependent on a pill. And for many, the rising cost of medications leads them to cut pills in half or take them every other day just to make them last longer. While all of these reasons are understandable, the reality is that inconsistent medication use can cause blood pressure spikes, place strain on your heart, and increase your risk of stroke, kidney damage, or even heart failure. These meds aren't just about lowering a number, they're about protecting your entire cardiovascular system. Here's the tricky part. High blood pressure usually doesn't cause noticeable symptoms. That means you can miss a few doses and feel perfectly fine, at least for now, but silently, inside your body, your arteries may be getting damaged, your heart is working harder, and your risk of a major event is growing. It's also important to remember that blood pressure medication won't make you feel better the way a pain reliever or cold medicine might. That lack of immediate effect can lead some people to believe it isn't doing anything. But behind the scenes, it's doing vital work, reducing the load on your heart, improving circulation, and lowering your risk of life-altering complications. The good news? This mistake is entirely preventable. The first step is to make your medication routine automatic, not a daily decision. Take your pill at the same time every day. Use a pill organizer. Set a reminder on your phone or leave yourself a note in a visible spot. If you ever miss a dose, don't double up unless your doctor says it's okay. Call your provider and ask for guidance. And if you're experiencing side effects, don't just stop the medicine, speak up. Often there are alternative medications or dosage adjustments that can help you feel better while still protecting your heart. Another important tip, never stop your blood pressure medication just because your readings look normal. That's usually a sign the medication is working, not a reason to quit. Any changes to your dose or routine should be made with your doctor's help, no matter how small they seem. Even slight changes in timing or dosage can affect how well the medication works. If cost is a concern, don't stay silent. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist. There may be lower cost generics, discount programs, or patient assistance options available. Your health is worth the conversation. Managing blood pressure is a long-term commitment, but it brings long-term rewards. More energy, fewer health scares, and greater peace of mind. And it all begins with consistency. One pill, one day, one smart decision at a time. Your heart is counting on you to stay the course, and so is your future. Mistake 2. Hidden sodium, the silent threat in your food. You might not be reaching for the salt shaker at every meal, but that doesn't mean you're avoiding sodium. In fact, for most older adults, the biggest source of sodium isn't what's sprinkled on top of your food, it's what's already hiding inside the foods you eat every day. And one of the most common and most overlooked mistakes in managing blood pressure is underestimating just how much sodium is quietly creeping into your diet. High sodium intake is directly linked to high blood pressure. Salt causes your body to hold on to extra fluid, which increases the volume of blood in your arteries and puts added pressure on your blood vessel walls. Over time, that constant pressure can damage your heart, strain your kidneys, and raise your risk of stroke, heart attack, and other serious health problems. And because it happens slowly and silently, it's easy to ignore, and even easier to forget where the salt is hiding. Packaged foods, canned soup, salad dressings, frozen meals, deli meats, breads, sauces, and even healthy-looking options like whole grain crackers or low-fat snacks can be surprisingly high in sodium. Salt is added not just for flavor, but to help preserve shelf life and improve texture. Even items labeled heart-healthy or low-fat often sneak in extra sodium to make up for reduced fat or sugar. And when these foods become daily staples, because they're easy, familiar, or affordable, that sodium adds up fast. For older adults, the impact is even more serious. As we age, our kidneys aren't as efficient at removing sodium, and our bodies become more sensitive to its effects. This means even moderate amounts of sodium can cause bigger increases in blood pressure than they would have 20 or 30 years ago. Extra sodium also contributes to fluid retention, which can worsen conditions like swollen ankles or congestive heart failure. So what's the solution? It starts with awareness. Start reading nutrition labels, not just for calories or fat, but for sodium. You might be shocked at what you find. A single serving of canned soup can contain more than half your recommended daily sodium intake. Even one slice of bread or a serving of breakfast cereal can make a big impact when eaten daily. Look for foods labeled low sodium, 140 meters or less per serving, or no salt added whenever possible. Take practical steps to rinse canned beans and vegetables to remove excess salt. Choose fresh or frozen produce without added sauces. Cook more meals at home where you control the ingredients. Flavor your food with herbs, garlic, lemon, vinegar, or black pepper instead of salt. Over time, these small changes can add up to a big improvement in how you feel and in how well your blood pressure responds. And yes, your taste buds may need time to adjust. If you've eaten salty foods for years, low-sodium meals may taste bland at first, but here's the good news. Your palate will adapt. Within a few weeks, you'll begin to notice the real flavors of your food, and salty options may start to taste too strong or even unpleasant. Reducing sodium doesn't mean giving up on enjoying food. It means making a smarter choice, one that helps protect your heart, support your energy, and give you more control over your health. Every bite is a chance to nourish not just your hunger, but your well-being. At Eldercare Wellness, we believe every meal is an opportunity, and so awareness is a powerful first step. Mistake 3, not monitoring your blood pressure regularly. Here's the tricky thing about high blood pressure. It doesn't usually cause pain, and you can't feel it creeping up. You might go through your day feeling just fine, even healthy, all while your blood pressure is quietly rising to dangerous levels. That's what makes it so deceptive. And for many older adults, one of the most serious and overlooked mistakes is not checking their blood pressure regularly, instead relying solely on yearly doctor visits. But here's the reality. Blood pressure can shift throughout the day based on everything from stress and sleep to what you ate for breakfast. One reading at a doctor's office, even if it looks perfect, doesn't tell the whole story. It could be elevated because of anxiety from the visit, or it might appear low because you happen to be having a calm day. Either way, that single number doesn't reflect the bigger picture. That's why home blood pressure monitoring is one of the most powerful habits you can build. It gives you a real ongoing view of your body's patterns. And sometimes those patterns can be life-saving clues. Maybe your medication isn't working as well anymore. Maybe a new supplement is interfering with your treatment. Maybe stress or diet changes are starting to take a toll. Without regular checks, you're left guessing. And when it comes to your heart, guessing isn't good enough. The monitoring at home puts the power back in your hands. You're not passively waiting for a doctor's appointment to find out what's going on. You're staying ahead of it. That kind of awareness can help catch sudden spikes early and allow your doctor to make better, more informed decisions about your care. The good news is, you don't need a fancy machine or medical training. Today's home monitors are affordable, easy to use, and often come with large, easy-to-read displays and memory features to store your results. The key is consistency. Pick a regular time, morning or early evening, and measure at the same time each day. Sit quietly for 5 minutes before taking a reading. Keep your feet flat on the floor. Rest your arm on a table and avoid talking during the measurement. Over time, this simple routine creates a clear, honest picture of how your blood pressure behaves day by day, week by week. And it's important to keep a log, whether on paper or using a phone app, and bring that record to your appointments. This turns routine doctor visits into powerful, data-driven conversations that can help fine-tune your treatment plan and spot warning signs before they become bigger problems. Some people avoid monitoring at home because they're afraid of what they'll find. A high number can feel stressful, but ignoring blood pressure doesn't protect you. It only gives the problem time to grow unchecked. Knowledge is not the enemy, it's the first step toward control. And with high blood pressure, early detection can mean the difference between a manageable issue and a life-changing crisis. Think of it this way, checking your blood pressure isn't just another chore to check off your list. It's a quiet, important conversation with your body, and like any good conversation, it works best when it's regular, calm, and thoughtful. So start today, make it a habit, protect your heart, your brain, your energy, and your future, because the small choice to monitor regularly might just be the one that keeps you healthy for years to come. Mistake 4. Ignoring stress, the hidden force behind high blood pressure. Stress isn't just something you feel, it's something your body carries. While most people think of poor diet or lack of exercise as the main causes of high blood pressure, there's another major factor that often flies under the radar: unmanaged chronic stress. For older adults, letting stress go unchecked doesn't just affect mood or sleep, it can quietly and steadily push blood pressure higher every single day. Now here's how it works. When you're stressed, your body triggers a fight or flight response, flooding your system with hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. These chemicals cause your heart rate to rise and your blood vessels to narrow, creating a temporary spike in blood pressure. That's perfectly normal in short bursts. But when stress becomes a daily habit instead of an occasional event, your body stays stuck in this elevated state. Your arteries remain tight, your heart works overtime, and over time this constant pressure takes a toll, a damage that medication alone may not be able to undo. The challenge with stress is that it doesn't always announce itself loudly. It can be subtle: tight shoulders, restless sleep, feeling overwhelmed, or a quiet sense of pressure in your chest. Many older adults were raised in a generation that valued resilience and toughing it out, so these signs of stress are often brushed off or completely ignored. But ignoring stress doesn't make it go away. It gives it room to settle deeper into your body, draining your energy, shortening your patience, and slowly tightening its grip on your heart. The good news? Managing stress doesn't require big changes or expensive therapy. It starts with small, intentional actions that help calm your nervous system and bring your body back to balance. Deep breathing, for example, can slow your heart rate and relax your blood vessels. Gentle movements, like walking, stretching, or chair yoga, can ease physical tension and release feel-good endorphins. Spending quiet time in nature, listening to calming music, or writing down what you're grateful for can help shift your focus and lower your body's stress response. Even a short phone call with a friend, a moment of laughter, or simply saying what you're feeling out loud can help lighten your emotional load. These moments of release matter. They don't have to be dramatic, but they do have to be regular. The real key is to make stress care part of your daily routine, not just something you try when things feel out of control. Think of it like brushing your teeth. It's not just something you do when you have a cavity. It's a habit that keeps bigger problems from forming in the first place. And if you've been carrying stress for a long time, give yourself some grace. This isn't about blame. It's about recognizing where healing can begin and taking one small step at a time. You don't have to fix everything overnight, but when you start carving out space for calm, reflection, and self-care, your body responds, not just in your mind, but in your blood pressure, sleep, digestion, and your overall sense of peace Its stress may be invisible, but its impact is very real, and the power to manage it has been within your reach all along. Start with one breath, one walk, one quiet moment at a time. Mistake 5. Overlooking the power of physical activity. When it comes to managing high blood pressure, it's not just about what you do, it's also about what you don't do. One of the most common and quietly harmful mistakes older adults make is underestimating the effects of inactivity. In simple terms, too much sitting, too little movement, and believing that rest is always best. Rest absolutely has its place, but a lack of movement can slowly and silently push your blood pressure higher, making your heart work harder than it needs to. Physical activity is one of the most effective ways to lower blood pressure naturally. It strengthens your heart so it can pump blood with less effort. That means less pressure on your arteries and healthier numbers on the monitor. Exercise also boosts circulation, reduces inflammation, helps with weight control, and lowers stress, all critical for heart health. But when physical activity disappears from your daily routine, your body starts to lose efficiency. Muscles weaken, circulation slows, blood pressure quietly rises. For many seniors, the biggest barrier isn't motivation, it's uncertainty. Concerns about joint pain, fatigue, or fear of falling can make the idea of exercise feel intimidating. But the truth is, physical activity doesn't have to be intense to be effective. Even gentle movement done consistently can bring real benefits. A daily walk around the block, light stretching in the morning, or a few chair exercises while watching TV can keep your blood flowing and your heart engaged. In fact, one of the most powerful changes you can make is simply to sit less. If you spend long periods reading or watching television, try standing up every 30 to 60 minutes. March in place for a minute, walk to the kitchen, roll your shoulders, or reach for your toes. These short bursts of movement break up sedentary time, which over months and years can stiffen arteries and raise blood pressure. And the most important ingredient, consistency. Moving your body regularly sends a message to your heart, your brain, and your blood vessels. I'm still here, I'm still strong, and I'm still engaged in life. Over time, that message turns into reality. It also helps to find activities you enjoy. That might be dancing, gardening, water aerobics, or simply doing light stretches in the morning sun. When movement feels enjoyable, not like a punishment, you're far more likely to keep it up. And the more it becomes a habit, the more your body will thank you. If you're not sure where to begin, talk with your doctor or a physical therapist. They can help you design a plan that's safe, gentle, and personalized for your current health and mobility level. This isn't about becoming an athlete. It's about staying independent, improving balance, and helping your heart serve you well for years to come. Neglecting physical activity may seem harmless, but over time, it puts unnecessary strain on your cardiovascular system. Movement is medicine, and every step you take is a step toward lower blood pressure and a stronger, more confident version of yourself. At Elder Care Wellness, we believe movement is not just about fitness, it's about freedom. So take that walk, stretch those legs, keep showing your heart that you're still moving forward, one step at a time. Mistake, overdoing coffee or alcohol. Small comforts, big impact on blood pressure. For many of us, a warm cup of coffee in the morning or a glass of wine at dinner is a cherished daily ritual. These little comforts often feel harmless, maybe even healthy, but for older adults, managing high blood pressure, too much caffeine or alcohol can quietly become a serious mistake. Let's start with coffee. While it's true that a morning brew can bring energy and routine, caffeine is a stimulant, and stimulants can raise blood pressure. Caffeine, found not only in coffee but also in tea, sodas, energy drinks, and even chocolate, narrows blood vessels and speeds up the heart rate, both of which can cause a temporary spike in blood pressure. For some people, this effect is brief and mild, but for others, especially those already living with high blood pressure or who are particularly sensitive to stimulants, even small amounts of caffeine can trigger prolonged spikes that strain the heart. The challenge is that the effect varies widely. Some seniors can enjoy 1 or 2 cups of coffee without issue, while others may experience hours of elevated blood pressure, sometimes without even realizing it. That's why awareness is everything. If you drink caffeine regularly, start paying attention to how your body responds. Try checking your blood pressure before and after your morning coffee. If you notice symptoms like a racing heartbeat, restlessness, or headaches, or see a consistent increase in your readings, it may be time to cut back or switch to decaf. You don't have to give up your favorite ritual entirely, just consider making a small adjustment that better supports your heart. Now, let's talk about alcohol. A glass of wine in the evening might feel relaxing, and in small amounts it can be, but frequent or excessive drinking is a different story. Alcohol, especially in larger quantities, raises blood pressure, interferes with medication, disrupts sleep, and contributes to dehydration and weight gain, all of which make high blood pressure harder to control. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at processing alcohol, so its effects tend to last longer and hit harder. Drinking more than one alcoholic beverage a day can quietly shift from an occasional indulgence to a chronic risk. And when alcohol is combined with blood pressure medications, the result can be dizziness, confusion, liver strain, and unpredictable blood pressure swings. This becomes even more complicated for older adults who are often managing multiple medications at once. The good news? You don't have to give these things up entirely to make a difference. Even small reductions in caffeine and alcohol can lead to noticeable improvements. Better blood pressure control, deeper sleep, steadier energy, and fewer medication side effects. In some cases, cutting back may even reduce the need for additional prescriptions. And stepping away from coffee or wine doesn't mean giving up comfort. There are plenty of heart-friendly, soothing alternatives. Try herbal teas like chamomile, peppermint, or rooibos for a calming, warm drink. Sip on warm lemon water or enjoy a sparkling water, infused with fresh fruit or herbs like basil and mint. These options offer the same sense of ritual and relaxation without the blood pressure burden. In the end, this isn't about restriction, it's about intentional choices. Knowing how caffeine and alcohol affect your body puts you in control. You're not giving something up, you're making space for more energy, more clarity, and a stronger, steadier heart. At Eldercare Wellness, we believe your heart doesn't ask for perfection, it asks for care. And every thoughtful step you take toward balance is a step toward a healthier, more empowered version of yourself. Mistake 7, not communicating with your healthcare provider. When it comes to managing high blood pressure, it's easy to think the most important things are taking your medications, eating the right foods, and getting regular exercise. And yes, those are essential, but there's another piece that's just as important and often overlooked: staying in honest, consistent communication with your healthcare provider. For many older adults, one of the most avoidable mistakes is falling out of touch with their doctor or care team. Whether it's skipping appointments, holding back symptoms, or assuming no news is good news, a lack of open conversation can lead to missed warning signs, ineffective treatment, and unnecessary complications. It's easy to slip into a pattern, refilling prescriptions, showing up for your annual physical, and going back to your routine. But high blood pressure isn't a set-it-and-forget-it condition. It changes with your stress levels, sleep habits, diet, other medications, and even the weather. If your doctor doesn't know how you're truly feeling day to day, they're only working with half the picture. And here's the truth. No concern is too small when it comes to your health. Maybe you've been feeling lightheaded lately, or a new supplement is part of your morning routine. Maybe your blood pressure is spiking in the afternoons, or a medication makes you feel tired and foggy. These things matter, yet many older adults hesitate to bring them up out of fear of being a burden, taking up time, or being seen as difficult. But your doctor is not there to judge, they are there to partner with you. The more they know, the better they can help. One of the most common yet dangerous examples is when someone stops taking their medication because it makes them feel off without ever telling their doctor. This silent decision can lead to uncontrolled blood pressure, emergency room visits, or long-term damage that could have been avoided. Often, a simple conversation would have revealed other options: a lower dose, a different prescription, or a new routine that works better for your lifestyle. Even your at-home blood pressure readings can play a major role in that communication. Keeping a journal or using an app to track your numbers and bringing that record to your appointments can help your provider understand what's really happening between visits. Seeing trends over time, not just one isolated reading in the office, can guide smarter treatment decisions. If something doesn't look right, they can help you troubleshoot. Maybe your cuff is positioned wrong, maybe it's timing, diet, or stress. But without sharing the data, these answers stay out of reach. And it's also vital to talk about your emotional well-being. Mental health and heart health are deeply connected. Ongoing stress, isolation, depression, and anxiety can all contribute to elevated blood pressure. If you're struggling in any of these areas, your provider can connect you with a counselor, support group, or local wellness program that can truly make a difference. And if transportation, mobility, or distance make in-person visits difficult, ask about telehealth options. Many clinics now offer video appointments or phone check-ins, making it easier to stay in touch without leaving home. You don't have to let physical challenges become communication barriers. Remember, good communication doesn't mean long conversations, it means honest ones. If something feels off, don't wait for your next appointment, pick up the phone or send a message. Whether it's a question about your medication, a sudden side effect, or a lifestyle change you're considering, staying connected keeps your care plan current and effective. Managing high blood pressure is not a solo project, it's a partnership. Your doctor brings the medical expertise, you bring the lived experience, and together you can build a plan that truly works for your body, your lifestyle, and your future. At Eldercare Wellness, we believe that empowered patients make healthier choices, and the first step toward empowerment is conversation. So don't hold back. Your heart deserves to be heard, and your healthcare team is ready to listen. A stronger heart starts with a simple question, and your next one could be the most important yet. Conclusion: one heartbeat at a time. Managing high blood pressure doesn't have to feel overwhelming, doesn't require a perfect lifestyle, a mile-long list of restrictions, or constant worry. What it really takes is awareness of your daily habits, the signals your body is sending, and the power you hold to shape your health, one choice at a time. The truth is, your blood pressure isn't just a number on a screen. It's a reflection of how your body is living, breathing, resting, moving, and reacting to the world around you. And now you've seen the 7 most common mistakes that often go unnoticed, and more importantly, how to avoid them. From understanding your medications to watching your sodium intake, from staying active and managing stress, and staying in touch with your doctor and being mindful of your caffeine or alcohol intake. These are not impossible changes. They don't require you to flip your life upside down. They simply ask you to treat yourself with consistency, care, and intention. At Eldercare Wellness, we believe good health is built one small habit at a time. You don't have to do everything at once. Maybe you start with something simple, checking your blood pressure regularly, swapping out a salty snack for something fresh, setting a reminder to take your medication, or reaching out to your doctor with a question that's been on your mind. Whatever your first step is, know this: every small action you take is a step toward a stronger heart, a more stable life, and a more empowered version of yourself. If this video brought you clarity or encouragement, we'd love for you to hit the like button, subscribe to Eldercare Wellness, and leave a comment below. What's one small step you're ready to take starting today? And if you know someone who might benefit from this message, don't hesitate to share it. When we support each other, we all grow stronger, more resilient, and better prepared to thrive, one heartbeat at a time. Conclusion: one heartbeat at a time. Managing high blood pressure doesn't have to feel overwhelming. It doesn't require a perfect lifestyle, a mile-long list of restrictions, or constant worry. What it really takes is awareness of your daily habits, the signals your body is sending, and the power you hold to shape your health, one choice at a time. The truth is, your blood pressure isn't just a number on a screen. It's a reflection of how your body is living, breathing, resting, moving, and reacting to the world around you. And now you've seen the 7 most common mistakes that often go unnoticed, and more importantly, how to avoid them. From understanding your medications to watching your sodium intake, from staying active and managing stress, to staying in touch with your doctor and being mindful of your caffeine or alcohol intake. These are not impossible changes. They don't require you to flip your life upside down. They simply ask you to treat yourself with consistency, care, and intention. At Eldercare Wellness, we believe good health is built one small habit at a time. You don't have to do everything at once. Maybe you start with something simple, checking your blood pressure regularly, swapping out a salty snack for something fresh, setting a reminder to take your medication, or reaching out to your doctor with the question that's been on your mind. Whatever your first step is, know this: every small action you take is a step toward a stronger heart, a more stable life, and a more empowered version of yourself. If this video brought you clarity or encouragement, we'd love for you to hit the like button, subscribe to Eldercare Wellness, and leave a comment below. What's one small step you're ready to take starting today? And if you know someone who might benefit from this message, don't hesitate to share it. When we support each other, we all grow stronger, more resilient, and better prepared to thrive, one heartbeat at a time.